everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to show you how to make a DIY Dollar Tree farmhouse inspired gumball machine. We're going to use this jar. Now I don't know that they sell this anymore, but they do sell the bigger version. I just had a small flower pot, so I wanted to use the smaller version. These small pot on the right was from Walmart for 38 cents, and the one on the left is a 3-pack from the Dollar Tree. In case you can't find the one at the Dollar Tree, I wanted to show you an option. Now, if you're going to use the big jar, they sell bigger pots at the Dollar Tree, one counts, or which are 5 inches around, and then they sell like a 2-pack, which is 3.5 inches around, and the bottom of that big jar is 3.5 inches. So either one will work. I think the 3.5 inch one will work better. I just wanted to show you the item number and stuff online in case you can't find it at your store. And we're also going to use this DIY chalk paint that we made. I'm going to link that video in the description box for you down below. You're going to need your gluing device and anything you might want to trim it up with. If you want to make a jute bow or ribbon and you want to make a handle, we're going to make the crystal and bead handle from the other Easter DIYs that we did. So the crystals and the beads are both from the Dollar Tree, and so is the jute, but that's entirely up to you. Okay. Now I saw this craft on Pinterest, and it had a little bunny scene in it. I don't have a little bunny small enough to make a scene in this little tiny jar. But I think I may, if I find the big terracotta pot and the other jar, I might go ahead and get it, depending on if I find them and if I have money at the time. You know, I always say, if Jesus wanted me to have it, he'd give me money and make it available. So I'm just taking the label off of this jar from Walmart. I think it was 28 cents. I want to say I thought it was 28 cents. But I think I'll just add it to the video after I look at my receipt. I've had it for a while though. We did it back for a project a while back, actually before I even had a channel. So, and that small jar with the shaker top, like I said, I haven't seen them in Dollar Tree for a real long time. But that's where I got them from, so I figured I can go ahead and show this to you. But I have seen the bigger one with the silver top. To paint the plastic or the silver with the chalk paint, both of them works. So, you know, go ahead and you can do either one. There's no difference there. And the technique to do both of them is the same. Just the amount of supplies is what's different. Also, to make the knob for the crystal knob on the bigger jar probably won't look as well as it will on the smaller jar. But if you watch the Easter Dollar Tree DIYs from this year with the cloches, I showed you 2 different tops, and the other top would look cute on the big jar. I actually liked it without the top. I'm going to show you them both at the end, but I actually prefer, like, to me a gumball machine doesn't really have a handle on the top, so that's why but I just did it for you guys, so I figured I'd show you. Alright, so once you get the label off, because the jar is clear, you're going to see, so you want to make sure you do get the label off. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to assemble the handle. Now, if you know off the bat that you want a handle, then you go ahead and after you assemble the handle, you glue it to the cover like this. But what I'm doing for demonstration purposes to show you what it looks like with and without a handle is I'm not going to glue my handle on first. I'm going to paint my jar first, my jar and my lid first. So, you go ahead and once you glue the bead to the diamond or the crystal, then you go ahead and glue the bead to the cover. Basically, you put the handle on already. All right. So I could show you here. Go ahead and glue it on if you if you know you want it. Glue it on before you paint it. Okay. Now we have also done on Halloween. I showed the candy corn. Terracotta pot face. I don't know how to say it. But we got these wooden drawer pulls from Walmart that were 2 for 97 cents or 2 for $1.97, so they were 97 cents each. If you do want to make this bigger and you want a bigger knob, I just want to let you know that those are available there. These jars, the shape of these jars are, when you go to look for them, I found out they're called penny candy jars, often called penny candy jars. I have them with my laundry pods and dishwasher pods in them set up on my counter, that basically the half-gallon size that I got at Target. So it's supposed to simulate that top, but like I said, a gumball machine doesn't usually have a handle on the top. Okay, it sometimes has a little like finial, so maybe you could do something decorative, but not usually a handle. Now I'm painting this pot, and I'm going to paint the lid, and I'm not using a foam brush because the surface area is so small, and that farmhouse feel kind of has brush strokes. I thought it would be better to use just a brush. These brushes are from the Dollar Tree. I got them last spring, and like a set of 5, and I like them. I have to tell you, for a crafter, I think that they're well worth the dollar. Some tricks to painting a terracotta pot. You're going to get dirty. That's the trick. No, I've got my hands inside, and I'm going with the direction of the circumference of the pot, not up and down towards the top and bottom, but it's totally up to you. That's just the way I do it. I find it easier that way. And this paint does go on nice and smooth. And of course, it looks a little wet when you're painting it, you know. And then I painted the lip as well, just to protect the bottom. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the lid. I'm not painting the inside of the lid because we're going to store food in there, and it's food grade. So I'm just going to paint the outside. And again, just going with the circumference of the lid and then across the top. And I like the brush strokes. Like I said, if the brush strokes are objectionable to you, then you go ahead and you know, use your foam brush or spray paint or whatever you want. It's fine. Now to paint the knob, this was a little bit more difficult. I just held the crystal, painted the bead, and then I knew that I was going to get dirty, so I didn't held the bead and painted the crystal. And then, like I said, if you know that you want a handle on there, you go ahead and glue your handle first, and you won't even have any of these problems. You just glue it. You'll just paint it while it's on the lid, okay? And then I set these to dry for about 4 hours. 4 hours was plenty of time. They were nice and dry, and I was able to handle them after a while. So, but you can do it overnight. It's fine. And like I said, if you do want to keep these utilitarian, you think they're going to be handled a lot, you want to protect them, there is some furniture wax, which is really nice. It basically has a really dull finish on it. There is matte, M-A-T-T-E, spray acrylic, clear acrylic spray to protect it. You could do it that way if you want to. Excuse me. Or, you know, maybe possibly you could wrap the edges in ribbon and stuff, but that's entirely up to you, however you want to do it, okay? So we're just going to set it off to dry. So I wanted to show you all, obviously that's not the terracotta color, that's the color we painted it. But I wanted to show you all, that's where I put my finger when it was wet, what it looks like with the paint. I want to say the chalk paint, but yes, the chalk paint made with baking soda, okay? So that's what it looks like up close. So once it's dry, I was just trying to dry fit the lid to the bottom, not the lid, the jar to the bottom, to see should I put the glue on the jar or the glue on the bottom. And how I determined that was where they were actually going to meet. Like possibly the base of your jar is wider than the top of your terracotta pot. So your terracotta pot will actually fit inside of it. So just dry fit it first and see where you think the best place to put your glue is. After I did that, I realized the best place to put my glue was on the terracotta pot. And because glass and terracotta are cool, you want to move a little quickly because the glue will set up real easy. And if you are planning on using this a lot, you want to go ahead and use something like a E6000 or Crazy Glue or Fix-All adhesive so that it doesn't come apart on you as easy. And I don't have kids, and this is going to be just decorative, so I'm just going to use hot glue. So that's what it looks like with no knob, and it just looks like a regular a regular gumball machine. I have some of this black chalkboard sticker that you could use to make like the hole. What I would do is just to draw or to cut out a small section using the grid on the back of 1 inch by 1 inch and a ½ inch by 1 1/4 inch. And then I would round the tops. You could fold it in half to make it exact if you wanted. As a matter of fact, I might just do that because I kind of have like this thing where it has to be exact and it's not. So you could put that there to mimic a hole and just make it shorter. Oops. So you could put it here to mimic a hole, just to show you that option. I just think that makes it less like, less farmhousey. I think it makes it more cutesy. And then I'm going to show you what this looks like glued on the top, because I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. And again, as close to center as possible, but not to be crazy. If it doesn't matter, you know. Okay. Now, if you're planning on putting candy in here so that you're going to be in and out of it all the time, you might want to put some ribbon or jute around this rim that you're going to handle a lot. I don't care. I've mentioned it before. The farmhouse look is imperfect, perfectly imperfect. So I'm not going to, because if it gets worn, that's okay with me. And I'm also not going to put anything on the jar, but I think I'm going to put ribbon here. The sample had pretty ribbon there, but I think I might do that. But I think I might actually put jute and then fill it. And that's it. So we're going to take a 3-strand jute just around the jar, make sure I have enough, and then a little extra for a bow. And we're going to do a Kelly Barlow inspired 3-string jute bow. That's all I know how else to call it. But I'm just taking 3 strands of equal size, and I'm just tying them around midway. The sample was done, this sample that I saw on Pinterest was done in yellow and that pretty teal light blue color that you see a lot for Easter. And like I said, it had Easter bunny scene inside, and they used ribbon. They used some decorative ribbon on there, but like I said, you pick whatever you like. I was just trying to go more for the farmhouse feel, so I thought jute would be cute. And then I filled it with just whatever candy I had on hand. It would look really cute with jelly beans in it. I don't have jelly beans because jelly beans will be, they're a trigger food for me, so they'll be gone in like 2.2 seconds, so that's why we don't get them. All right, and then we talked about tying strings when we did the DIY Easter banner. But if you just tied this one time, the rope, the jute that was before you made your bow, the jute would be going up and down. So you want to tie it in a double knot so that the jute goes east and west or horizontal from the jar base. So this way that your bow will go across instead of up and down. And that's it. I know it's just as easy as tying a bow like you tie your shoes. So I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to share this video with friends and family. Anybody you know might be interested in making one of these for Easter or not. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe. And when you do, a little bell will pop up. When you ring that bell, YouTube will let you know whenever I upload a new video. That's it. As always, take care. God bless. See you next time.